Give them a real phone number though,
Yes,
because a lot of
I
times
gave the
people
number.
give us
No, I
bullshit.
did I did the report. I wrote it out for him as he spoke, and I gave the
Okay.
right number.
All right. So I'd like to talk to everybody like separate though.
Okay.
But if you guys are drinking,
No, nobody's.
well,
I've been
Yeah.
drinking.
Yeah.
then why don't we wait? Because I like,
About the
you know what I
incident?
mean? Yeah, I want to
Okay.
talk about
Yeah.
what
Yeah, I
happened here
understand.
that night. But I like to talk to people one on one.
I just started drinking, so
wife
it's up
Yeah,
to you.
neither
here,
one of us
so-
are drinking. Neither one of us have had a lot of drink. We haven't even had one yet.
I've had one, but
All right.
Kind of.
Do you mind if we go inside or some private we
Do
can
you-
talk, or do you want to
Go
sit
over
in a
to squad?
squad?
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you want him alone then?
Yes.
Come on, Kevin.
If
Let's grab you a beer.
can I stand outside the squad? Cause
sure, that's fine.
that and I get uncomfortable in a squad because of my past, but
So you haven't had that much to drink though. You're not.
only one.
Oh, only one. That's all right. Then.
Yeah, we just
not
started.
shit faced.
Just one mixer.
All right.
I gotta have
Wow.
surgery in a couple days, so I'm getting it done now.
What's the surgery for?
I have a double hernia with my sciatic nerve wrapped around one. Yeah.
That sounds
It's
painful.
causing me numbness through my legs and everything. It's bad.
You got a job in Two Rivers, you were saying, right? Or you were
I'm
going
a
after it.
CNC.
So. I thought it was something with the parks.
We don't have to put the neighbors calling on us anymore because we're moving.
Yeah, you guys told me that on Riverfest. I think that's when you were telling me about a job you were going after there.
I got my CNC right now, but I'm off because, well, that and I have like degenerative disc disease.
Okay.
So it's a mess.
Well, let's just. So, I guess why don't we just start from square one and tell me
Okay.
what you know about that.
So it was late at night. Me and Rhonda went outside, smoked a cigarette like we do, and Kevin came over. We were having some drinks. He said that he was disrespected at a party over here at Pat's, and I was like, all right, we were bullshitting. Me and Rhonda were drinking it all. Steak soda all night, and Jamie and this Indian guy came up to that. And Jamie was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, hey,
Where does Jamie live?
right there.
In this house right here?
Yeah, he got
Okay.
beat up that night too by them, and really bad. And
So, about what time did Kevin come by your house, just roughly?
the time I can't recall offhand.
But it was pretty late at night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he came by and you guys just all hung out drinking and he
Oh,
told
he
you.
was drinking, and my dad was drinking with him. Me and Rhonda were just smoking a cigarette, talking with him.
And Gerald is your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the Indian guy and Jamie walked by, and he's like, hey, we're all like, hey. And Kevin's like, hey, Jamie. He's like, I'll catch up with you in a few minutes.
That's what Jamie said?
That's what Kevin told Jamie.
And what
he's like,
Jamie
I gotta
say?
piss, and I'll catch up with you in a few minutes. And Jamie's like, all right, and they were over here, right there, in the beginning of his driveway, right there,
Okay.
right by the garage door.
Yep.
So me and my dad are standing. Kevin left. It was about 2 minutes, and we could hear screaming and bitching. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, what the
So
heck?
I'm gonna just pause you right there. When Jamie and the other male came by, the Indian
The
male,
Indian.
how were they were they walking
They
together?
were, yeah, they were walking together. Jamie, I actually, when we were bullshitting, I was like, what's up? He's like, I just got my ass kicked.
He said that in the street
Yeah.
as they were walking by?
Yeah, his face was all swollen.
So you could see that in the road. Okay.
It was bad, really bad. Like, it looked like he had a softball in his cheek. And so we heard screaming and bitching though, and we walked over here.
So when he said, I just got my ass kicked, what did everybody else here say?
It was me and my dad outside at the time. Rhonda was in the house.
Hold on 1 second. This is another person I'm supposed to meet with. Hi, Victoria. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm just caught up with some other people on another case here. Once I get done with these interviews, I'll stop by. Are you going to bed soon? No, I'm just working on something else right now. Once I finish up here, though, I'll be coming by. Okay. All right. Thank you. Goodbye.
So, yeah, at that time it was just me and my dad outside. Rhonda was inside.
Okay.
And that's why me and my dad filed a statement. And we walked over. I heard screaming and bitching. I grabbed the baseball bat, because I didn't know what was going on. And I knew Kevin was having problems. I was going to get attacked straight up. And I just walked over like this, I had it over my back. Jamie's like, "You gonna hit me with a bat?" And I was like, "No, bro." I was like, "I just came here because I didn't know what was going on. I could hear screaming." And there was a pile of hair right there in the driveway. And those two were standing up yet, just bitching. And the Indian guy took a swing at Kevin. And Kevin just tackled him down to the ground. The Indian guy was punching him.
So let's back up. So,
Okay.
Did Jamie say when he walked by and said that to you? Did he?
He's like, "I just got fucked up." That's exactly what he said. I
All
just got fucked up.
And he didn't say by who?
No, not at all. Even
Okay.
that night after what I'm getting to afterward, when I talked to Jamie, he's like, "I'm not giving names out."
Okay.
He refused with the county too. He's
Yeah.
like, "Nope."
Yeah, I got that. So when you walked over
him
here, what's
20
the first thing you saw?
Jamie was standing. The garage door was open on the right side.
Okay.
And Jamie was standing just barely inside the garage, and those guys were right at where the door was shut, and they were just, the Indian guy was like, "Fuck you, da 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 da," and pretty much he pushed and then took a shot at Kevin.
And what was Kevin saying during that
Kevin's
time?
like, "Why'd you disrespect my hat?" He's like, "Why are you guys disrespecting me?" He's like, "I don't have a problem with this." He's bitching back, and then it got physical, and Kevin ended up tackling him down to the ground after the guy was swinging on him. Jamie tried breaking it up, and they got broken up, and they started walking out this way, and Kevin was walking back by us, and Patty and the Indian were walking back. Jamie stayed home.
Okay.
And so they were kind of like they were like right here walking together.
Okay.
Kevin was coming by us.
Patty
Patty and the
and you
Indian guy.
recognize it as Patty.
Yeah.
You know
Yes.
what's your percent accuracy on
100%.
that? So without a doubt, you know that's Patty.
I know Johnny Rex really well, Pearman.
Yep.
So
So you know Patty in a social.
she doesn't know me, but I know her. Yeah.
Okay, and you've seen her in person before?
Many times.
Many times. Okay. Under what kind of situations?
I've never seen her do the shit she did that night.
But I mean, where have you seen her?
I've seen her at Roundup. I've seen her at Chillers.
So just out in public, and you know
Yeah.
who she is. Okay, very good. So you know for a fact that she. So was she here when this started?
It started before Kevin even came by us because they were insulting me.
Right, but I'm talking about when you came over and you saw these guys going at it over here. Was Patty here?
Yes. Yes.
So Patty was there. So help me understand, because Jamie and the Indian male walked by.
Well, Patty was. I'm sorry, I left that out. Patty was behind them a little bit, like maybe 10 yards.
Okay.
They were all walking, but she wasn't talking. Just the Indian guy didn't talk either. Just Jamie did. But,
Okay.
and the only thing Jamie said was pretty much, "I got fucked up," and I looked at his face and I was like, "Whoa."
All right. So they get back over here. So you get over here. You see Kevin and the male Indian yelling at each other, and then the Indian swing at him. Then they start scrapping. Jamie tries to break them up. And where's Patty?
Patty's standing right over here by the fence, kind of. She's kind of staying out of it at that point.
Okay.
So it breaks up. They're walking back down. Kevin's coming.
So
over
she
by us.
didn't have any
Not at
involvement
that
here.
point.
How did that break up then?
Kevin just said fuck it, because Kevin, if he wanted to, he had him. Bad too, but he's just fuck it. He's Kevin. He's just like fuck it. He's like fuck out of here, and they all started walking back. Kevin was coming back by us, and I gotta step out here to show you. So Kevin got right over to us over here.
Okay.
Then they started talking shit right here. Kevin went up, arms up like this. He's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "We don't need this shit." Da 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 da. Indian guy immediately, he was saying it to Patty. Him and Patty were talking. Indian guy was standing outside right where the light breaks onto the darkness.
Okay.
The Indian guy came straight up, bam, hit Kevin inside the head. Kevin started going down on the ground, grabbed the Indian guy. They both went down. Kevin went back. They were just fighting. And then during the fight, Patty came up from the side, right on that break there. She came up from the side. She must have hit Kevin 10, 15 times, side of the face, just wailing on him. Kevin got up. My dad went over, and that's what his statement. He went over. He tried breaking it up. He was pretty successful. They got to the corner. The Indian guy's like, we'll fucking talk, screaming at him and shit. Kevin walked up to the corner. He was like, what's up? They pretty much flagged him over to their yard, and what happened from there happened from there.
So they weren't fighting at the end of the corner here?
It was right at the break. It wasn't at the end of the corner. It was right at the break.
But when you said that Kevin stayed by your property here, they walked all the way to that corner without him.
They walked to the break right there, in the middle of the road.
Okay.
Pretty much right in the middle of the road.
All right.
And he's like, what the hell, and they were talking. Fight broke out, and then...
So they fought down there too?
Right there. And then after that point, I didn't see anything.
So you watched them fight down there?
That's when my dad tried breaking it up, yeah.
So your dad went down there. You saw your dad go down there? And where were you?
I was standing right at the end of the
So
driveway.
you didn't go down there with your dad? Okay. Did your dad successfully break it up?
He held Kevin back until they were to the corner. And then they were like, oh...
So he had to hold Kevin back from going after them?
He's just like, calm down, not so much holding him back. He was just like, calm down, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And then they were like, we'll fucking talk about this, da-da-da-da-da. Kevin proceeded. My dad's like, this is a bad idea, don't do it. But it's Kev. He's like, I'm going to go around the corner. He went around the corner, and assumably he got jumped. Because there was three of them there.
So you saw him get to the end of the street and turn around Farr's property?
Yeah. When they turned, the only thing, it was like 10, 15 minutes went by. And then I seen one car, and I told the sheriffs the same thing. I seen one car pull up like they were going to Patty's. They stopped shortly after the corner. You could kind of get a little visual from our driveway.
Okay.
They stayed there for about a minute, and then they booked the hell out of there. They whipped the shitty right there, and they booked. Like they were heading back up that way. I don't know. And then
did you see what the vehicle
then
looked
I seen
like?
all the sheriffs roll up, and they came up this way, and they stopped us because we were standing right here like, what the hell, where's Kevin, and they're like, where's the fight at? And I'm like, around the corner. I didn't even know. So when we heard that, he went up and we went up, and that's when I found out that he got jumped.
What did the vehicle look like that took off?
The vehicle was a dark colored car. I believe, I want to say like a blue. It was like a kind of like a Mercury.
Okay.
Like that, like a 95, 96 Lumina Mercury, that type of car, with it was a 90s dark blue car.
So old car.
Yeah. And, because when I had to identify him, the sheriffs were like, is this Patty? And I was like, that's Patty. And then they're like, is this the attacker? The fatter, long hair Indian guy. And I was like, that's him. At that time, he had his hair, it was down when he was fighting Kevin. He had his hair up, all that kind of stuff. So at first I didn't recognize him, but then the sheriffs were like, hey, and he let his hair down. I was like, that's him. They didn't believe me at first. They came over to seeing his hair in Jamie's driveway.
So who didn't believe you
that
then?
was definitely him. Huh?
Who didn't believe you at first?
The sheriff's like, well, what? This is before I even did a statement, because they came down here to investigate. And I showed them where they found the road. I showed them, any blood we could find. But we got to Jamie's, and right in Jamie's driveway, there was, because Kevin has gray hair too, but this guy is all gray. And it was just a ball like that.
Of the other guy's hair.
And there was a ball in the street right there too.
All right.
They were fighting.
So were they, up until the point of the disappearing here, was this like a mutual, they're both going after each other, or was there
No, they were antagonizing Kevin. Just from the story he told me before they even came down this way. And obviously,
But physically, though.
Physically, they were fucking with him. The physicality at that time, he would know probably more than I would.
But
because
from you seeing, though, because we
from
started here, it broke up multiple times.
From what I seen, the big Indian guy was attacking him.
Okay.
The only thing was, I think it pissed the big Indian guy off because Kevin beat him pretty much.
Okay.
You know, not beat him up, but took him down. And
Sure.
I think that's what probably antagonized him more. But I mean, he was getting hit. The only two people that I seen hit him was Patty and that guy, because I wasn't at her house for the fight.
All right.
I don't know her people, and I only know of her. I know who she is because Johnny. I don't know her personally, so I wouldn't be there.
All right. Anything else you can think of for me?
So
I just want to make sure I've got your current number in case I have to reach you again, Jeremy.
no problem.
What is that?
920
Okay.
878 2113.
All right. Thanks for talking with me.
And
I'll
Rhonda
talk
will
to
have some info for you.
I'll
about-
talk with Rhonda here.